I don't know if the
know,
girl
Red
you're
Light
seeing watches the show, but soon you can be her boy Troy instead of just your boy Troy.
Yo, I don't know if she does watch the show.
Or
Would you change your Instagram handle?
Fuck no. I come on. The original at your boy Troy with no numbers.
No numbers. But also you should try to do it without hyphens.
But
No. What does it do? Like spaces?
Underscores. No underscores. Just,
What would I do?
also
One word?
YOURBOYTROY.
One word?
Have you ever had to make
It would look so good.
No,
Wait.
it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Real quick.
I have no underscores, no periods, or anything in my name. It's just Licy Official.
I think Troy and I may have a little bit more experience here. Because
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever tried?
You think so? Is it because you guys are younger than me? You know it's hip?
Yeah.
No, not even.
I
if
do.
anything, no. Like with Xbox 360.
1 foot of 360.
When it came out, when you're making usernames, that's when people started using the underscores, nines, X's. Like people just started putting in those things because you want your name. Let's say your boy Troy, but you can't have your boy Troy all concise and neat and without anything. So you add an underscore. And then you try it out, and then still doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna add another underscore somewhere. Okay, it doesn't work.
It's
I'm
the
gonna
illusion
add
of
two.
spaces. Yeah.
Maybe
Exactly.
3.
Yeah, maybe
Three.
3. Who knows? Like, just you're down
4.
bad. You know you're
Fuck 'em.
down bad
5.
when you get a username that has the X's in it, though.
6.
X's with the underscores. That's how you know they went through.
X's.
They went through the underscores first.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
went through the X's.
I mean, at that
next.
point, just pick a different name.
No. Like, what if it's your Rider
It has
Day?
some self-respect.
Yeah.
No. I am me.
You know what name I would really love to have all over my social media instead of Licy Official for like my Venmo, my Cash App, my Instagram, my
What?
Twitter?
What would it be?
Just Licy. Just 4 letters. Licy. But somebody else has it.
Yeah.
You gotta track them down and blackmail them.
I tried to.
Sounds like you need some underscores.
I tried to. No, that's why it's just Licy Official because, if I take myself seriously, then everybody else will. If I just had the 4 letters, that would be so dope. But I DM'd her and then she blocked me.
She's like, this is my motherfucking name.
So that means everybody DM her.
Get your name out my mouth.
At LICY. Tell her to give up the username. No, just kidding. Everybody
okay.
just ends up harassing this innocent girl.
The only
Yeah,
Eric.
you hear that, fans? Attack! No. We'll probably have to cut that, but whatever.
Welcome back, friends and family, to our 16th episode of Literally Licy. I'm Licy Martínez, and this is my co-host, Troy Trauger.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Here we are with our guest today, Erik, Troy's best friend. And Erik is a therapist. I'd just like to ask Erik, what's wrong with me?
As a friend, I'd say, where do I start? But as a therapist, I'd ask, like, tell me what brings you in today.
Well, I have definitely experienced what is a quarter life crisis, if one can say that. I know that there has been many speculation of what is a midlife crisis. In fact, we have a question from a viewer, Alex from Grand Dogs, that asks, what is a midlife crisis?
If I could answer that with my bachelor's degree in psychology. So I think I don't know. What I think of a midlife crisis is just like people, I guess, panicking, right? But they're panicking about if their
life is ending. Where am I going from now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's definitely that where it's just you get to a point in your life where you're just what am I doing?
I think it's also people experience this rush of where am I at right now? Even though sometimes you can die when you're 20 by a freak accident, or 50 if you have a heart attack, and some people live up to long age, and you just have to live the best and most that you can and take advantage of every day, and not think as though I have to hit a certain goal or be a certain way by a certain age.
Well, therein lies the difference between the quarter life and the midlife crisis.
Okay.
Because they present themselves differently, right?
Yeah.
Your quarter life crisis is gonna involve a lot of going out, doing a bunch of things, going to bars, doing all you're like
no, wait,
you're,
no, hell yeah.
you're
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you're kind of like out of college, so you're like still kind of chasing that dragon of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, I want to still party, like I'm still cool.
Yeah.
And then your body starts aging, and then it's like at a certain point you learn that you can't like uphold that, and you can't have that same sort of like wild schedule that you had in college.
What do you mean? I can't just drink it all night and then drink during the day party? What do you mean? Speak for yourself.
From experience. No.
I went through a horrendous friend breakup with a friend that I was close with for like 12 years. So that was like the majority or like almost half of my life at that point. And I was like 27, and like that bad friend breakup happened. And then quarantine happened with the pandemic. I stopped working, couldn't see my family, didn't know when like things would be over. And I didn't like take it in a good way, but it was also like a lot of things changed for me, but also things were stagnant. So I felt like I couldn't have any control. And I went through like what I'd like to say in a funny way is quarter life crisis, but as my doctors would like to diagnose, was psychosis. And I got 302'd.
Yeah. And let me tell you, like, that isn't a fun experience for anyone.
Oh no, I'm making so much light of it, but like I also like definitely came out of the dark side, and I definitely like had to like mentally start from ground zero and like come back to like what was like mentally healthy for me.
Well, and I think that's all that you can do in that situation. Like, honestly, like when you get 302'd, I mean, it's implied in there. No, like for viewers that you don't know, it's basically when you're involuntarily put into a hospital setting and you're under like psych evaluation
for like a week.
Yeah. And it really like, it's scary.
Yeah.
But honestly, like it's probably what you needed at the time.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for the help that I got, even though like New Jersey healthcare is not the best. And it was like really traumatizing to be in a closed space with people that were like, I'm not going to categorize it as worse than me, but like explicitly louder and like
more
so you were looking around just being like, I'm so much better than these people.
in a sense
I got 302'd, but I'm feeling better about
I'm the
this.
hottest person here.
I was the hottest bitch in the mental hospital.
I'm sorry, I'm definitely not trying to make light of it. I was just like,
no, it's fine.
No, I think like
it was my grippy sock season.
Yeah. And like I think the best thing that you can do is kind of like normalize that, because some people need that like wake up call. Some people really need to know like, hey, wait, I literally couldn't keep myself safe, so I'm like, I need to go here.
Yeah.
And like, the worst part about like mental health treatment is that a lot of it doesn't, like that inpatient stay, that 302, that isn't really what mental health looks like on the outside. That's just like making sure that you're safe, making sure that you're medicated enough. If you do have like bipolar or like certain mood disorders, that
I'm bipolar too. I have hypomania, so I feel like also it's nice to like not necessarily to categorize yourself, but know what is up with yourself, because everybody's different. And at least if you know what is up with yourself, you can better like run your life.
Yeah.
But if you don't even know what's up, you don't even know how to maneuver. But I know that I'm bipolar 2 and I have hypomania, and I like need to like slow down and regulate myself and add routine when I'm feeling too much like pressure, whether it be negative or positive, because too much of like positivity
it's
or
like toxic
pronoia,
positivity,
exactly, or like pronoia, which if you know what pronoia is like not necessarily like the opposite of paranoia, but it's just like the belief that everything works in your favor, which is like, it's a good mentality, but when you like think that way too much, it's delusional.
Yeah.
And that can get you into like a very scary manic space in your head.
Yeah.
And then the complete opposite is like depression, where like absolutely nothing works out for you. And it's been a pretty long time since I've felt way too highs or way too lows, but I stay pretty stagnant on like the stability level. You have to keep your balance.
Like,
yeah.
That's why like a lot of the people, like I've treated bipolar with, well, I mean, they mainly diagnose it with adults. Like you can kind of see the tendencies with the kids, but I've been working with adults for like the past year, and I've really noticed, like, I had a really good case where his mood was so, he would go and crash Teslas. He would like buy a Tesla.
Really?
He
would buy a Tesla just so that he could crash it.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like he didn't intend to, but when he was manic, like he was a professional gambler.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of money, and he like just bought like in a manic state, because, you know, it's like I think you best described it, where it's like mania is basically like toxic positivity to the point where it gets delusional.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm just going to buy a brand new car, really fast car. I'm going to go take it out and drive. And then, you know, during the mania, he was just like, you know what? I'm going to test out this AI like self-driving and see how it works. And then let me sleep a little bit,
and
because you aren't sleeping a lot when you're manic. Like, all of those things kind of cascade. And it always, not always, but like more than often, if you don't know your warning signs, and if you don't know,
you have to know your warning signs,
the balance, like you'll just go with it and be like, you know what, I'm a god. Like, I can do whatever. Like, Tesla, it's a self-driving car. It works because
a huge game with your ego that you have to like juggle all the time, honestly. And it's kind of restless behavior, honestly, but it's worth it, because like I would rather like know how to regulate myself day to day than honestly be on medication. And I'm not saying that medication is like bad, or I had no negativity against it. It helped me when I needed it. I used to be on medication, on like Abilify, you know?
Yeah.
And like also I'm like so happy to be this honest on the pod. Like, this is like exactly what I'd like to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's my therapist skills are coming out.
Hell yeah.
Seriously, like, you just say to your therapist, and she's like, "Let me tell you everything."
Let me tell you about my life.
Let me tell you, like that is a trap. I usually try to not tell people.
Yeah.
I usually,
but with the gambling thing, is like a metaphor of like when you are bipolar,
when
people are like gambling with their emotions and with their life and their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you think you're invincible.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard that a lot. Like, every client that I've had that has had bipolar, they're like, I felt like I was invincible.
Invincible. Like, invincible is the exact word.
They took the limitless pill. They're invincible.
Yep.
Nothing can ever hurt them. And then the thing is, like, while you're manic, you do a bunch of things that almost like set up the depression too.
Yeah.
Because like now you're still manic, let's say, and you crashed your car. Like the depression hasn't hit yet. You're still high rolling, gambling. You're like, oh, I crashed my car, but I'm just going to recoup the losses. And then it comes back and you can't, and you don't have the same ability. And then you maybe lose one bad bet, and then that triggers the depressive. And it's like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not well established. I have all of these things that I want to do, and everything that I did do while I was manic.
And you didn't even acknowledge the good that you were doing, because one bad thing sets you off.
Yeah.
But
is that all or nothing thinking?
Is that all or nothing? Yeah, absolutely. But I kind of like use that as like my power in a sense, in a way, but in a realistic way.
Yeah.
In a way that's like, past Licy would be like, yeah, I'm invincible, can do no wrong. But that is a toxic way of looking at things, because obviously not. But how I see things now is still invincible, can do no wrong, but in a sense that even if something negative happens to me, it's for my benefit.
Yes.
And that's okay.
That's the biggest mindset change that you can have. Like,
it's the best change that I've made for myself in years, because it used to be like completely positive or completely negative, and I would be like either like completely down in the dumps or like have like an amazing day, and like that's not the way that anybody should live.
Yeah. Like there's always good and bad, and most of the time, like, our interactions with other people and our day-to-days are all just neutral. Like, you could have a really awkward situation happen, you're talking to someone, and then you come to find out that they didn't really think twice about it, and maybe that could be a day ruiner for you because you're like, oh, I was so awkward, that just ruined my whole day, when it's like, you can still be awkward throughout the day and have a good day. Like, that's the whole point of like...
it's me like every other day.
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of, like, I have to try to practice what I preach, but even still, it's hard to do that every now and then.
Yeah, of course.
Because, you know, I think that a lot of the times, like, we don't have that awareness of our emotions and our thoughts throughout the day, but like that's where, like, going back to your point where you're like, I think this is like my superpower, like having mental health treatment does kind of teach you that like your weaknesses, what you think are weaknesses, are really just opportunities to strengthen up things that you just really haven't worked on in a while. And like treating mental health almost as like skills, like mental skills that you can use to like level up. It's almost like you're going through your own like shonen anime where like at the beginning you're just like, oh, I hate my life, it's terrible, I'm no good, nothing. And then you go to therapy, it's like the training arc, you know, you're like training up, being like, how do I deal with my emotions, like how do I deal with this stuff? And then you get out there and in the real world and like you mess up, right? Like that's what makes the arc
100%.
so much more meaningful, and that like makes life meaningful because you aren't going to appreciate the good if you only have good all the time and it's exponentially going up. Like that's where you kind of see it with the celebrities kind of losing touch with everything. Where
the
it's
one
like
time
that
they have
J-Lo,
a bad,
the J-Lo 78 questions where she's just like walking through her like mansion and she just seems so like out of touch.
She's
with
like,
reality.
I remember when I had this hair in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Or they're like, you know, if you know, you know, like, you know, all of these
orange
things.
drink.
When
The
really,
orange drink. Yeah, I remember when they're like, "Oh, what's your go-to with the deli?" And she's like, "Oh," or the bodega. And she's like,
yeah,
it's
like let me.
I don't even know.
It
It's
would
like a
be
chopped
like
cheese with ham.
it'd be like if I were a celebrity and someone came up to me and they're like telling me something about Philly, I'd be like, yo, get a cheesesteak. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Like
you didn't even
like,
name the
Where's
spot.
the
don't
best place
even-
to get a cheesesteak? Anywhere.
Like
Anyway, man.
I don't
Around the
even-
corner. I don't know.
even
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even give like a Pat's or Gino's take. I'm just like, yeah, just cheesesteaks.
But she's like,
Oh yeah, go to get a pretzel. Like, don't even mention Miller's Twist, which I will kind of pipe. Miller's Twist is great, but yeah, it's like, oh yeah, no, like just go to Philly Pretzel Factory in Delaware.
oh yeah.
Like, it doesn't even matter.
Definitely a breakthrough that I recently had where you're saying that you have to change your mind frame to like make better actions is like when I have to make a big decision, I avoid it for like as much as possible, which makes my
Anxiety worse.
anxiety worse, and then like the possibility in sinking into mania or depression easier.
Yeah.
And when recently, like, I feel comfortable sharing this because my ex didn't watch this show anyway, but I recently broke up with my boyfriend. And like 2 days ago, leading up to it, I was like, I have to do it. Like, I have to. I can't stop thinking about it. And I've confided in a bunch of friends and I've gotten a lot of good advice on how to do it. And I was really feeling like kind of like the almost mania or whatever, but like I was like, if I stay home, I'm gonna like circle my bedroom or like binge watch TV or like maybe like I'll go out and spend too much money or like cut my own hair, and like all decisions that would be like super toxic and manic for myself. So instead I spent most of the day like exercising and like walking around the city and just like catching my favorite parks and sites. And I like walked like probably like 15,000 steps that day.
That's sick.
From like
That's
That's
sick.
pretty good for you, to be honest.
That's
yeah,
literally, like-
honestly. And then I did it like
Man,
the
look at you
next
go.
day.
So
That's
healthy.
literally the. Do you know you
Thanks,
use
guys.
you use it's in dialectical behavioral therapy they call that opposite action.
Yeah.
So
I just had to walk it out.
Whenever you
For
want to
a
just
long
like
time. For
whenever
like
you-
6
like-
hours.
It's like a Joe Rogan take. It's like, yeah, just exercise your sadness away.
Yeah, it really
mean,
did.
it's like-
I took my brain for a walk.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
sometimes you really need that. I mean, I feel the same way if I'm like too stressed with like work and like doing the podcast and trying to maintain like a relationship and maintain friendships and shit. It's just like sometimes you just need to be like, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go work out. I do something with like my body besides just sitting on my couch watching my comfort show.
And it just helps you think. Like, if your whole body's moving, like, you're rushing blood to your head and you're thinking better, you're making better decisions. And, like, I've made so many breakthroughs for myself that when I've taken, like, solo walks, then if I've ever, like, just, like,
walks are the best.
doom scrolled on my phone
So
or, like,
good.
stayed home watching TV.
I'm very guilty of doom scrolling. I always get that chick who's always just like, someone's scrolling when they should be sleeping. I get that all the fucking time.
I always get that guy that's like chopping up onions and he's like, want to know a secret about guys that they'll never tell you? Well, here it is.
We really like onions.
Yeah, here it is, and it's just like the most generic shit you've heard in your fucking life.
No, but like the most specific, helpful advice, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, like
Man, I gotta go on your algorithm.
Okay,
then.
I think so. This is the thing. Like, this is where I just had an idea. I had a thought about TikTok mental health because
yeah, you should do it.
well, it's a little bit of a rocky road right now. I
It
think.
really is. There's a lot of questionable people on there that
I mean, I don't usually go on TikTok. I get my stuff from like Twitter or like Reddit or whatever.
and Instagram Reels.
Instagram Reels. Yeah. Like I pretty much
YouTube
like,
Shorts.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I get my content through Instagram Reels.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm about to get married. Of course, I can't mess around with TikTok.
Also, congratulations, Erik. You're getting married.
Ooh, yeah.
Like next month.
Yeah, no,
Next
not
week.
next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was like a couple weeks ago. Troy
Yeah.
said next month.
No, I think no. It's when this was out that week when this episode comes out.
Yes,
it's
it'll be that week.
Shout out Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny Twee.
Yes, queen.
Yes,
Are you
I
taking
know.
her last name like the modern man that you are?
No, I mean,
You
but
should.
I mean, I don't know. We are having a lot of fun with some hashtags, at least for like her bridesmaid party. I hope this is okay if I share this, but her last name is Duong.
Okay.
It's pronounced Young, but it's spelled like Duong. So during her bachelorette party, like they had the hashtag for the whole trip, and it says Erik's got the Duong.
wow.
And I think that
That's
was
a good
that was a good one.
That's a good
You
hashtag.
should have that for your wedding day too. So
I think we should. Yeah, no. I think this is gonna be a thing. Like I think I've been trying to. I think Jen and her bridesmaids are on track with that.
That's a good hashtag. You know what you should do? You should get one of those things where like my prom, like they would do like a hashtag like whatever the prom was like back in the day. And what they would do is that they had
Back
a
in the
big
day.
projector. Shut
Back
up.
in the
I'm not
day,
gonna tell
I
you
was
what
like,
day
back
it
in
was.
my
the day.
prom didn't have a
Yeah.
hashtag. How old are you?
No, but like what they
Yeah,
would
my
do
prom didn't have
is
it
that
either.
you would do the hashtag and post it, and then they would project it, whatever,
yes.
whatever with the hashtag. Is. A lot of people took advantage.
How
of it
many
quickly.
dick pics?
Not a lot
On
of
the
dick, not,
internet.
not a lot of dick pics, but I will say there was a lot of pictures of Johnny Sins that day.
Oh no.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I do know.
He's an. Oh yeah. How do you know?
He's just that.
How do you know?
I don't.
I think you do.
I just know him through the memes.
He's the guy with all the jobs, right?
Yeah, isn't he like an astronaut?
He's an
And
astronaut, a doctor, a plumber. I could go on. No, I'm not gonna.
Anyway,
Anyways.
speaking of celebrations, weddings, and proms and things, we
Happy
have
stuff.
our first segment: a gift and a guest.
Gift and a
A gift and a guest. You know, eventually,
put the confetti
we're not
out.
gonna be doing that, and eventually, we're gonna have theme songs for our segments.
Troy, get on that.
Anyway,
Oh,
apparently I'm the only one drinking the gift because boys are boys with their beer.
I didn't
but
know that was a part of the gift.
That's fine.
Nah.
It's okay. You can have some more later.
No, I'll drink
Okay,
some right now.
I brought
I'll drink it straight up from
the
bottle.
bottle.
I'll
It is the gift.
I'll do a
Glug, glug,
sip though.
glug.
I won't do I won't chug it. But
Do you want some from my cup?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Much better.
It's pretty good soft blanc, honestly. It's pretty decent. Robert Mondavi, shout out. Maybe
It's not Sauvignon Blanc. It's Pinot Grigio.
it's I thought I bought something else. It is Pinot Grigio.
One of those.
Trust me, I sussed it out.
It's actually Pinot Licio.
Oh,
It's actually very smooth. That's pretty
I
good.
was
Yeah, it's
I
really
was gonna
good.
go back. I was gonna go back, and I feel like I had a pretty decent joke
Yeah.
about Troy's Instagram name.
Yeah.
So-
What is it?
Well, you wouldn't have to change it at all, but if you have a girl,
Nah.
she puts you in your contacts as your boy toy.
Wow, your boy
Ooh,
toy.
Or what if she put in your contact your boy Troy, but she thought less of the Troy and more of the toy.
Nah. No, my favorite when they save my contact as my actual phone number.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say who, but like,
They're like, oh shit,
I've seen it where,
215.
like I'm just like I look like I with the glance, and I'm just like, those are just my numbers.
Speaking of numbers, we recently, and thankfully to all of you watching in outer space and on the internet, have hit a huge milestone. We recently got one of these TikToks to hit over this many, not one and a half, but 2 million views. So gift and a
that's
guest
crazy.
today is not just the drink for the evening, but I got a gift for Troy.
Oh my god, you got me a gift.
I got you a gift.
Holy shit! Like you shouldn't have.
I
About
did.
time.
I did though.
Oh my god.
It's really wrapped. I like wrapping gifts.
Just means it's small.
It's not that small.
awful. I have the microphone next to it.
It's
Here,
not
right here.
that small. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Aw.
You gave me a trophy.
It's a trophy.
Nice. I love that.
You know
That's
what?
so
One
perfect.
day someone else will give us a trophy, but this time I give you our first trophy.
Lacey, thank you.
That's so nice.
Let me
Oh,
watch my step.
Love ya.
beautiful.
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
show the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're
wow.
so welcome.
Wow.
That's so sweet.
Finally, because I need more shit to put around here.
Yeah, honestly, you need some decor. Honestly, I kind of wish we had a green screen because it's just.
No, it's good.
You know what? For those of you, this is my apartment. so-
Anyway, we're in Troy's apartment today.
Yeah, we're in my apartment today, and I mean,
Change the scenery up a little bit.
We tried to get in before the bar downstairs plays loud music until 2 a.m.
Oh, I thought they already started.
Oh, they
When I
have.
came up here like an hour or so ago, it was starting to get a little bassy.
Ooh.
Bump, 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 bump.
yeah. Hopefully the mics don't pick that up, but
Honestly,
I don't think
it
it
hasn't. I haven't really heard it during the
No.
recording yet.
nah. But I definitely need to put something on that wall. I'm thinking about like, I don't know, maybe like a big tapestry. No, I'm kidding. I'm not putting a tapestry.
You know what? Just get a big
You should put a
tapestry
tapestry.
mandala.
What do you mean?
Just get a mandala. You know what? Do you like the Grateful Dead? Just get a
Yeah, I like
get a
Grateful Dead.
Grateful
I like the
Dead.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Just get a tapestry up there. It's like the easiest thing you can do.
No, I mean I don't know. I'm still thinking. My dad made a joke. He's like, "You should just put a big American flag right there," and I'm just like, I'm not trying to scare the hose off.
Not American flag.
No, are you-
if anything,
you're-
you should get a Mexican flag.
You're on
Mexican
JPEG,
flag?
Yeah.
JPEG Mafia.
I'm actually thinking about putting a huge Trump flag.
Troy's
right
Mexican.
there. Yeah.
Obviously. that wasn't a random
Obviously.
bit.
No, honestly, I'm doing a bad job with the angles in my place. This place is decorated. It's just that
The angles don't work.
the angles
They
are
don't.
not.
There is a really
You're-
good like
you're
black and
effectively-
white portrait over there of the art museum, and
No.
there's a lot of like
Yeah,
other
I got a
good
Banksy
arts
up,
in here.
I got
Where's
a-
Banksy?
Right
He's
there.
got a
It's
fake
the
Banksy.
cathedral right there.
Oh, that's Banksy.
Yeah,
that
that's
is Banksy.
Banksy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is a little character that is
I got
Banksy
that
like.
Sixers flag. I mean, I got
Yeah.
He's got some
Kendrick
anime
Lamar.
figurines.
I got some anime ladies.
By the way,
Man.
Troy is single. Actually,
Gay.
just ladies. He's not gay like me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Nah, but feel free
It just
to.
rolled off the tongue, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, feel free to just keep commenting about me. I guess I don't know.
Yo, that dude
I
with
know,
the
let's
mullet.
Okay, let me do a psychoanalysis of your apartment. No, I'm just
Yeah, it's fucking.
I
Have you ever
wouldn't-
seen
I wouldn't
American
do that.
Psycho?
You can't. No, if anything, this guy's got a fucking clean ass
He
apartment.
takes care of himself.
He's a nice, amazing
I'm
dude.
sure he washes his ass.
I will say, like,
Probably.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean,
Have you heard the phenomenon? Like, dudes don't wash their ass.
You know what? Speaking of that, yes, I have heard of that.
Let's talk about that psychologically now, Eric.
No, I've heard of that, and then like guys don't wash their feet or legs.
I've heard that too.
well, the feet and the legs.
Do you
I
wash
get.
your feet and legs?
I mean, I give them a rub down.
You gotta.
I just give them a little.
What?
I just give them a little
You don't
like.
scrub them?
Well, I mean, like the soap
Wow,
is
Troy.
already going down.
You're getting so many points right here for the audience, and honestly, for my
like-
respect for you.
Because like honestly,
Yeah.
no, I mean like my feet like they stink, and so I'll like I'll just kind of like, but there's no good. What do you mean scrub?
We're
Like,
not trying to
I just-
to bully you right here, Eric.
Look at one
no,
sober.
but I do a once over. Yeah,
You
Like,
got
what-
you got a rag situation, like a wash rag cloth.
rag. That's
Yeah.
just gonna be moldy as
Man,
No,
you are-
that's why
man,
you have to-
are white.
You have to use it. You are white. You gotta use a new one. Well, it doesn't get moldy. You gotta use a
Hold
new
up.
one for every shower.
Hold up.
Every
I
shower.
used to.
Well, sometimes they use it for every 2
I
showers,
used
but like
to-
honestly, like you can use it.
I used to live and die by the Axe shower loofah that they had, where
Okay,
they had
okay.
they had the
I-
foot
yes.
scrubber on it,
Yes.
and then they had the
At least that's
loofah.
something to scrub yourself with.
No, you gotta keep using that.
Some
Like-
people will go raw dog on some soap and just scrub their body, and I'm like, it's not.
It's devolved.
You're not
It's-
exfoliating.
Mhm.
It's devolved to that point for me.
What about like
I don't
soap?
know.
You use like you one of those like 1 in 8 type of things where like
Oh well.
you can use it to wash your body, your
No,
hair,
no,
your conditions. You can wash the car with it, the dog with it.
Well, yeah, it's like Armor All,
Dish soap.
like
Dish soap.
basically
You can mop
effectively
with it.
Armor All for your body and everything else. I get a Windex. If there isn't a little bit of bleach in there, I won't use it.
I like a little bit of bleach.
But no, it's literally every year I just go to Bath and Body Works and I just hit the Black Friday sale and I'm good for a year. I get like a year's worth of the stress relief eucalyptus.
As you
And
should.
just like literally you just get like 5 of those suckers. You're
Honestly,
good to go.
Man,
I wish
I'm
I
concerned
was-
you're not showering enough.
Or maybe I think you're using a little too much soap, buddy.
I'm one of those bitches that like gets like shower products.
Like I get lathered.
for sure.
I get lathered, but I'm not.
Right.
But I'm not gonna
Especially
be-
for
yeah,
my
like-
back, I have one of those stick johns that like
Really?
you like do one of these things.
I probably need that.
Yeah, because how otherwise are you
Troy
gonna
and I
get your
went to the
back?
beach. You probably know.
Yeah.
Too hairy.
Man, you do gotta hurry ass back. Man, you should just use your
I
back
don't
as
know.
your
How,
scrubber.
I don't know how
Well,
I don't know how
Troy
I'm
has
the
a hairy
one-
chest.
I don't know how I'm the one getting
Well,
married.
that's for the
and Troy
ladies.
isn't at this point.
I've seen you during the summer.
Ladies love
Oh my
it.
God.
But we're gonna take.
Yeah. Look out.
No,
Look
but,
out.
Those nips are flying.
Anyway, back to the shower. I wish I was one of those bitches that could like fill up their house with like multiple scents of like body shower stuff, but I just kind of buy things like one at a time as it like is ending. I buy a new one, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
I kind of want to be somebody that like has like a wall of like different like shower shit,
But,
like
but
scrub,
that's what the
body wash,
marketing
da, 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 da.
wants you to think.
Well, no, it's because it's pretty and it smells.
It can be
good.
pretty. It can be a good way to do some self-care, but at the same time, like,
Candles.
you know what? Like, okay, so I will say when I do go to Bath and Body Works to get all my stuff, like, I get some stress relief and then I
Yeah.
get some sleep, like the lavender. It depends. Like,
you
am I
got a
getting
loche, you got a loche, you got a oil,
or coconut oil.
coconut oil.
Coconut oil it up every time.
Got
as
to
much
coconut
as you
oil it up
can,
every
yeah.
time. Every time.
Yeah. How the fuck are we talking about showers?
I don't know
how we got here. I have no idea how we got
somehow
here.
it divulged over there because we were talking about
dudes,
we're talking about Eric's smelly ass.
We were talking about how dudes don't know how to shower.
Dudes don't know how to shower. Like
we know.
I mean, we know, but
like
we do not know.
Do another one.
I will say, like, through my experience though, talking about that type of stuff is so normal to me that it's just like whatever.
Second nature.
I mean, I've like, especially working with OCD and everything, like you see people who have intrusive thoughts about contamination, harm, like anything.
Yeah.
They really get intrusive thoughts where I got sent a text from a previous coworker who had a picture of a thought challenging exercise that we had one of our kids do. They literally thought that they were going to be murdered if they were late because people would be so upset. Like, that's what the anxiety does. And I mean, like, we all experience...
Honestly, I've had thoughts like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't had thoughts like that in a really long time. I used to have thoughts like that when I was in, like, college and high school, when, like, the stakes were high for, like, my grades. Like...
Yeah, you being late. Yeah.
My parents have... No, like, it was really, like, familial.
Yeah, I
like,
don't think Licy would ever be late anywhere.
My parents never made me feel unsafe. Let me just say for the record, my parents never made me feel unhealthy or weird or safe or violent. Never, never, never. But I've... Like, when I was younger, there was, like, such this pressure to like, diplomatically do well that, like, I felt like I would die, like, literally, if I came home with a bad grade. Like, and, like, hid report cards and shit in, like, high school sometimes.
When you're a kid and when you're in high school, especially, I know you said it was, like, in college and everything, but...
It was definitely, like, middle school, high school, and college. Like, anytime that I had, like... anything to like prove myself with for a grade, I was like, the pressure's higher than anything.
Like in middle school and high school, that is turned up to 11. Shout out to those Spinal Tap fans, but no, it really is. Like it's turned up to 11 because you're just like this, like literally me getting into college is life or death. When it's like you could go to a community, like honestly, like at this point, just go to a trade school.
Yeah, honestly.
You'll make more than anyone else, like more than me.
And like I went to community college and they had a great program for music engineering. Yeah. And not that I graduated, because even though I was going for something that like I was like,
well, and there's YouTube University now.
There is. Even though I went for something that was like interesting to me, it was always hard to keep my focus, and I always like beat myself up for it. But now in hindsight, I am diagnosed for bipolar, but I'm not diagnosed for ADHD. But like, I'm like pretty sure I have it because Adderall is one of my best friends. Not that I do it pretty often, but like I've probably done Adderall like 4 times, and it really helps you focus. And like maybe I need to get prescribed to it and see a doctor, but like I definitely have like certain parts of my brain that like can't like, you know,
like get on the right track.
And I have to point it in the right direction.
Yeah. And I think that's where, because I think you were talking earlier,
even no matter how much interest you have, you still have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of gets at a point you were talking about earlier where it's like, I don't want to rely on medications. And I'm someone who I kind of believe that too for me, but like it depends on the person that I'm treating. Like I think in some respects, if it's like you literally are getting the warning signs of all of these different things and you're still not able to cope with it, like yes, medications at that point might be helpful. But I'm very much a big believer in like trying out the behavioral and like cognitive, like, can we talk this throughout? Like, can we process this? Can we come up with a game plan for this? And then if you can't follow that, then it's like, okay, at a certain point, like medications are going to come into play. Yeah. But I'm very much so like a very cautious, like, even within the anxiety treatment that we do, we're doing exposure therapy. So we're basically trying to give you anxiety on purpose. Yeah. To like let you get used to it. So we don't want you to have Xanax. We don't want you to like, because that's just using a drug to get rid of, even though it's prescribed, technically it can be prescribed by someone. Like we want you to get used to the anxiety so that you can feel
Know
it
how
and
to deal with
experiencing
it.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think most of the time, like by the end of the time that like the kids or the adults that I treat get out of the anxiety treatment, it's partial hospitalization, 6 hours a day. It's pretty intense. We're doing exposures the whole time. Like, by the end of it, a lot of them are just taking like hydrocodone, which is like a very light, very just kind of like, you know, it'll slow your heart rate down a little bit. That's okay. But yeah, it's really like, I think that's why I really like cognitive behavioral therapy, because it's like,
Oh, definitely.
it's like, I give you a little bit, like I give you enough time to like process
CBT
through
definitely helped me through my hardest times. Yeah.
and just be like, okay, you know what? Like, okay, you can tell me how you got here, but the main idea behind cognitive behavioral therapy is that, okay, you're here now, so what are we going to do about it? Like, what are skills that you can use? Like, yes, it could be tied to trauma and all these other things that are happening in your life or have happened, but like, respectfully, you're here now and we can't change the past. What can we control and how can we change? And that's like the biggest thing that I like about it, because it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, everyone has the potential to change. It matters on how you manage your emotions, what you do about those emotions. When you feel like isolating, you go out and you go on a walk. Like, literally something like that. Could be a 5-10 minute walk. I've done that shit so many times, and it's brought about like life revelations that I would have never had if I was just
Staying
chilling,
inside.
just watching JoJo all the time.
Jojo Siwa.
No, not just no. I should have clarified. Bizarre adventure.
Okay.
Bizarre adventure. Okay.
Yeah.
Trauma's a bitch. I should have known better.
It's karma.
Oh.
So you do know.
You just said trauma, so I said trauma. Karma's a bitch.
So you do know JoJo.
So you do know JoJo Siwa.
Well, I gotta stay up to date with anything JoJo related.
Yeah, I mean, since you deal with kids, I feel like you kind of have to, right?
Oh no, dude! Honestly, JoJo's never come up. My 4.5 years working with kids, JoJo Siwa never.
That's
never
really
came
surprising.
Up. No bow tie. No, nobody came in with those bows. Nobody cared.
I feel like I'm confused about how she makes her money,
Billie
though.
Eilish had a
Like,
big
because I
one.
don't know anybody that, like, even young kids that like respect her. They just think she's a joke. Honestly,
I mean, how many young kids do you know?
a good amount.
And all the kids I
Nieces and
hang out
nephews.
with.
When I'm like chilling out on the playground, like nobody's talking JoJo.
Yeah.
Out on the playground, man.
Yeah, they look at me like I'm crazy on the playground.
You guys never just go to playgrounds and just ask the kids what's up?
Hey,
Like,
man.
hey, what's
Yo, what's
popular with
happening?
you?
What's your favorite
cool in
pop
the
star
world?
right now?
Hey, do you
Nice.
do you,
It's like some TikToker.
Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah, right. JoJo Siwa, she's fucking up her rebrand. It's not a good rebrand.
I feel like it isn't her. I feel like it's her publicist. So I'll give her a little bit.
Her
Like,
publicist does not know what they're doing.
No.
at
But
all.
they're doing a copy and paste of Miley Cyrus,
not even
but
a good
They're not
copy
a
of
good
this.
job of it.
but they're doing a copy and paste, and it's like a Disney like it's like the rebrand is almost like Disney live action movies where, you know, with
Like
the
Camp
Lion
Rock.
King is what
Camp
I'm
Rock
thinking.
2 type of thing.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like Lion King. Once it got live action, it was super serious. There's
Yeah.
like barely any music. It's all about Jon Favreau just being like, "Yo, this is like the future and everything," and then it just really isn't anything, and it's just kind of like a, oh yeah, well I just watched
I've
a
seen
really
this before.
realistic version of the Lion King that didn't have as many songs, and I think with JoJo Siwa, it's kind of similar in the sense. Let me finish my thought. See, you guys, I'm losing some people here
No, I'm thinking about what I want to say to this.
because
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish.
yeah, let
Let
me
'em
cook.
cook.
Let me
Let
cook.
him cook.
Because I think what's happening is it's like the Disney live action version of Miley Cyrus's rebrand, but they're putting it with JoJo Siwa. So they're trying to make JoJo Siwa like super sexualized and be like leaning into her coming out and like things like that. But like
The kiss makeup is really ruining it for me.
It is.
That's not
like,
sexy. You know what I mean?
Like,
It's like so over the top. It's not even camp. It's not even like
It's not camp.
like a
But it's
version
so-
of
it's-
something good. It's just ironic. It's just bad.
But it's not even ironic because it's like
It's not ironic in a good way.
It's like Wendy's Twitter account ironic. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
yeah.
like
it's,
just the super visual, like it's the marketing type of.
exactly. It's the
Yeah.
marketing, and it's just like I get what they're trying to do.
I think what they're trying to do is make it so bad that people keep watching.
I think the best thing that you can do,
And that's such a low blow.
I think the best
Because
thing,
she is really talented. I'm not saying that she's a good singer, but like she knows how to market. She is a good businesswoman. She is a good dancer. I'll give her that. She's a good dancer. I don't think she could sing.
I mean, I would say.
I think that you can still put out music and be a bad singer, though.
Imagine this.
Look how far J-Lo went.
Imagine this timeline. Okay. but okay,
Damn.
this is where
coming at
like,
Ben Affleck's wife.
imagine
Ben
this.
Affleck can speak better Spanish than J-Lo ever can.
Yeah, you can.
Honestly.
Imagine this life timeline though. Okay, so you're
Alright.
born.
Yes.
When right about the time you gain consciousness, you're on dancing the Dance Moms. She was on the Dance Moms
Was she on
show.
Dance Moms?
Yes.
Yeah, she was
on-
like 8, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically you
Your
gain-
first early memories. Her first early like
was a camera in her face?
when
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go there. So all you know is this, and you're just following your mom. You're following, like, I feel like she's just following, and
And
then
her mom stole all her money from Dance Moms.
you
So
know,
like it
and
just goes to show like yeah, like we're like giving her such shit about her like rebrand, but at the same time it's like the
No,
best
it's not.
the best that she can do to be independent.
It's not her though, because the timeline I'm explaining right now is she followed her mom throughout all the Dance Mom stuff and
Yeah.
everything, and then after that she like got some success. She got like her bow tie, her little bows in Walmart and everything. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, the bows in the
you know, all that.
There's a
and, like,
Botox. I'm like, what?
No,
yeah,
like
She has these
if
big
anything,
bows.
She had the bow with the one ponytail.
Yeah,
out,
like
right?
the bow. Yeah, that was like her main
and they're on
thing.
the side.
Yeah.
The side
And then,
pony.
like when you've lived your entire life of like your mom telling you what to do, and then it turns out your mom took all your money, all this stuff, and it's like, oh well, I have these managers and these other people that I can trust. I'm just gonna go along with what they say, and then they are going for this rebrand that's supposed to be like a Miley Cyrus type rebrand,
Mm-hmm.
but it turns out actually just being a JoJo Siwa version of that, where she can't even swear in the new song, and
She effed.
she effed up.
She didn't fuck up. She effed up. She didn't fuck
When
up.
really,
she effed
like,
up.
it would make
Yeah.
the lyrics so much more like impactful if it was like, whoa, JoJo Siwa actually cussed. Like the music video doesn't matter. Yeah, she's like, it's like
I mean, I think it does matter a
intersplicing.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it like with Miley's rebrand. Those music videos she did for her Bangers tour were just like
But
on a
the
totally
the
different level.
lyrics behind it too supported that image. Like I think
That's what
what's
I'm saying.
happening is
she
there's
needs to have those like risque lyrics. That's what I'm saying.
she doesn't have those though. She only has the.
Then what the fuck's this rebrand for? You teen dick?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like half-assed. They're only getting the visuals in. They
I don't
aren't getting like the
Kind
the
of just circle
lyrics.
back what I was saying. It is like the Wendy's Twitter account back in the day of how like.
Oh my god,
it-
the Wendy's Twitter account back in the day was so good. Is it
It
still
would be
like
like
that?
it would be like
Nah, not anymore.
Savage.
But it's just like
Like, one
them
point,
doing it,
they
talking
were
to
like-
Taco Bell,
Someone
talking
was
to
like, "Can you bring the
McDonald's,"
spicy nuggets back?" And they were like, "Maybe."
and they were like, "Fuck you,
Fuck you.
but that's based.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
honestly
That's based, but,
That's
like-
based. That's like you can tell this rebrand would totally help from something that's based.
Well,
we
she's just
don't.
not.
She's not based.
And she's not surrounded
based.
by a
She's
team
not being
that wants
based.
that though, because I feel like just the way the marketing is nowadays is just like they want something edgy but not too edgy, so they can put some brands on it.
Because the money is where the kids are. Because she's been a kid star for so long, they don't want to get rid of that completely. They kind of want to keep on like the bows that are selling a bunch, all of that shit. Like
The
they
bows
just
are growing.
like I watched a YouTube
Bowing?
video today. I think that was like Papa Me.
Like they're working.
Like the airline?
I don't know.
I'll shout them out. I watched a video by Papa Meat and about the
Shout out
JoJo.
Papa Meat.
Yeah, shout out. He's fucking best. I love that guy.
That's like Meat Cannon, right? Or-
Meat Canyon. He had it's Meat Canyon. His animations, and Papa Meat is his like
name.
yeah, like his real name.
His government name.
Yeah. But no, he was just kind of talking it out, and it like, you know, not the thoughts that I brought up, but he was just kind of saying like, yeah, it just seems like a lukewarm rebrand that, like, you know what, she's making so much money with all the kids stuff that she was selling and everything, that I think her marketing team was just kind of like, you know what, I'm not gonna fully dive into the deep end, but we'll get kind of like maybe 3 feet into
Quote,
the
unquote,
12
risque.
feet. Yeah.
Wow.
Like if Gene Simmons were risque and Gene Simmons didn't have
Well,
lips.
it was back then.
And Gene Simmons was also probably very tall. Because
Yeah.
I heard JoJo Siwa is
She's very tall.
I heard she's really tall
She's
and
very
it
athletic,
intimidates
too.
me.
She's
I don't
like
think
5'10".
I'm like trying to be cautious talking shit because I feel like she could
She
run
has a
up
lot
on
of
me.
money.
She's a giant. Nah.
I mean, giant in the industry.
Anyway,
yeah.
to circle back, Eric.
Back to the show.
To circle back, how long have you been like into psychology? When did you graduate college?
Oh yeah. So, I've been into psychology for, I'd say like probably like sophomore year of high school.
Let's go.
I started to realize, I mean, my mom was a marriage and family therapist, so I always just thought that was cool, and just like she was always really good at handling these things that always seemed impossible, but then they were actually like kind of simple solutions if you just thought it out in a different way. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Most things you just have to dissect and make them into smaller steps so that they're digestible and easier to tackle.
Yeah. Like usually I think like we have an emotion and we act on it and then we wonder why didn't it work out? And it's like, you know what? If you catch yourself before you do that thing, you can think it out first. Usually you get better results. So yeah. I got into psychology in like high school, and then I was kind of like always that friend where people just
Turn to
be able to just be like, hey, I'm open, I'm honest. Like I've never been I never hold things back too. I'm like a super open person. So
absolutely.
I love that. I love just like breaking down the barriers with people and just being able to be like, you're from this different culture, from this different class, from this different whatever, and we can find a way to connect. And I just kind of love that and kind of followed it through and got my psychology degree. I'm in my master's right now, about to get a PhD, did some research.
Let's go.
So yeah, I got some published articles about telehealth, cognitive behavioral therapy, and exposure therapy. So
How long have you been working in psychology in Philly?
I'd say about like 5 years.
5 years? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Damn,
Yeah.
you have been here for a while.
I know. It's been a while. I'm
5 years.
Yeah, so you feel
originally
like
from
you,
Colorado.
Yeah, so you feel like you know your way around the city? You know a lot of stuff around about Philly?
Oh, I love Philly.
And you guys went to high school together, right?
No,
No.
actually, we met. We both studied. We were both from totally different backgrounds.
Yeah. This was even before I would even live in Pennsylvania or anything.
Yeah, we met
Like-
in 2017.
2017.
Yeah, when Trump got elected.
Yep.
I remember,
And then immediately
Yeah.
we went out to
I got
London.
my brain information incorrect then. I thought you guys went to high school together. How did you meet in 2017? That's also when we met.
Yeah, it actually is. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
No
Good
way.
year for
Yeah,
besties.
we met in London. We were
Studying abroad.
Yeah, we did the same
Yeah.
program together, but we were from totally different schools.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
college, but different schools studying abroad. That's
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sick.
We were in the same program, and I remember Erik would cook shit up that was really good, and I was like, "Teach me."
Wait, so you taught Troy how to cook?
Yeah.
Troy and I cooked for our first job together.
Yeah,
That's how we met.
Oh, I know. Lucky's Last Chance, right?
Lucky's Last
Yeah.
Chance. Shout out
Yeah,
Lucky's Last Chance.
Shout out Lucky's and
And
not-
Manny Young.
and Manny Young, yeah.
that one we
That's
were
right.
in, but yeah, there's another one, Queens Village, but enough advertisement for that.
That would
We've done it.
It's not a part of the Philly phase.
No, but no, yeah, we met in London, and then like yeah, we did a couple bar crawls together and got drunk, got to see like it's crazy over there because like everything's just so historical, like everything there is like 1,000 years old and shit.
Yeah,
but you know, I didn't really give a shit about that much. We went to the Amy Winehouse where she used to perform, be a regular.
Camden.
Yeah,
in the Camden,
I love that
area. Yeah, it was crazy. We actually lived right next to the King's Cross tube station, which is
we
from
were
Harry Potter.
in it. We were right in the middle of everything. It was.
It is
amazing.
kind of crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
so
We
solid.
thrifted. I will never forget. I thrifted the dopest Versace sweatshirt ever.
Dude, that was sick. That was sick as
I
hell. We got it for
lost
like
it.
20 pounds.
I lost it.
You should.
It's gone, dude. It's literally.
No, yeah.
It'll come back to
I
you.
still have a bomber
Honestly,
jacket back here
I'll
from
send Troy
That
a
bitch will
picture so
boomerang
you
to
can
you one
clip
day.
in. I will send you a picture of me in
was
it
sick.
so I can clip it in.
Yeah, we'll
because it
clip
was
in. We'll clip it
Medusa
in right
head.
here.
It was so fucking sick.
Damn.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think we got to segue to our segments.
Let's
we'll wrap it up.
So like 5 years in Philly, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you've been living in Philly for 5 years? Or you've been living here longer? That's such
Great
a beautiful
question.
segue.
No, I guess it was a little bit longer. Like, you know, the first 6 months I got here, I was just picking up odd jobs, and you know, like it's weird in the mental health space because I had such a dope job, like really highly regarded in Colorado, and then I move out here, and then it's like we don't really know anyways. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
start all over.
you did schizophrenia treatment. We're doing
That's not
OCD.
Something else.
We're doing OCD treatment, so that doesn't mean anything. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I
feel like that's a more esteemed practice, schizophrenia over OCD. Not that you should be comparing illnesses, but like,
Which
mean-
one's better, in your opinion?
it depends. It depends. Honestly, I love both of them. I honestly love working with people where I like with schizophrenia, you can't really challenge the delusions because they believe it. Like they 100% believe it. All you can do is just kind of be like, okay,
I
yeah,
feel like
well,
there is a way to reel it back though. Like you kind of do have to like
well,
play
you
with
do.
them.
You do a little
and-
like thought
yeah,
challenging,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like it's a little bit more like hands-on.
Have you guys ever
Yeah.
seen?
Yeah.
There's some guy on TikTok, and like, so some new. Sorry to go on this total tangent,
Yeah.
but like,
No, you're good.
but like some news report, like news channel, like picked up a story where somebody has like a dog, and their dog like
No
would
way.
help them with their schizophrenic episodes.
Oh.
So like they'll be like, go say hi. Like to the dog, and if
Oh,
there's no
I've
one
heard
there,
of
then
this.
the
I've
dog
heard of
won't do
this.
anything. But
Yeah.
If they
someone's
know
there.
that their dog doesn't answer, then it's not real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
person like saw the story, but they didn't like include his name. So he
Yeah.
like did a whole TikTok about it, and he's just like, "Oh, this is crazy! Just look at my dog." And there's like nothing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
But
a
that-
schizophrenic
I
with like
will
a sense of
say-
humor, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, man.
Dude, they do. Let me tell you, like everyone who has a mental disorder, they are funny. They are still just as unique as every one of us. That's
Oh yeah.
where I'll always bring up Sonder. Do you guys know what Sonder is?
The word,
Yeah.
yeah, but remind the
No,
audience.
but what's your definition?
Oh my
of the
God,
word?
welcome to-
Yeah, real quick.
Wait, hold on, I
Lucy.
was- wait.
Here, Licy.
Listen, Eric, I was gonna segue into Philly favorites by asking you like how long you've been in Philly, but honestly, we can segue into Licy learns if you're teaching me a new word.
Okay.
Licy learns
Word
a
of
new
the
word.
day.
Sonder.
I'm gonna add.
I'm pretty sure I know what Sonder means, but let's hear your definition.
Yeah.
So-
I just want to confirm that my definition is the same as yours.
Yes, and that's totally fine. So Sonder basically is the realization that everyone around you is living just as complex of a life
As you
as
are.
you are.
Yes, okay. I've heard of
Yes.
this, but that is not
Yeah.
what I knew in my brain.
So like right now, I'm the
You
main
give me a good
character.
buzzword
As
for-
far as I
No,
know,
everybody's their own main character in their story, and you have to live your best life. But you also have
Exactly.
to acknowledge that everybody else is living their own story as well.
exactly because you don't want anyone else to be in like an NPC, right?
Nobody's
Like,
an NPC, except there
exactly.
are many
Nobody is.
NPCs.
But that's why
You know
those
who you are.
that's why
You know
those
you are.
that's why those TikToks are so cringy when it's like those people doing weird shit in public and they're just like, Oh, gotta keep these NPCs in check. Once you understand Sonder, it alleviates a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, that like you're the only one responsible for doing the best that you can, because like you have to understand that like everybody else feels the same pressure and everybody else is going through probably like the same thing that you are. Like not the exact same situation. Everybody's different, lives their own unique experience, but like just as you are going through your day to day, you have to understand and respect that everybody else is as well.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever I drive around, when I like get off work early or something, and I'm on a Monday at like 11 a.m. and people are driving around, I'm like, why aren't you at work? But then at the same
because you're on the way to work.
But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I fucking took off work. Like, why did I take off work to fucking play Final Fantasy? Like, okay.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's wrap this shit up because I just want to hang out now.
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
We do need to be boys right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to hang out.
I was trying to segue earlier with, you've been in Philly doing psychology
Philly
for 5
favorites.
years.
So you have a couple favorites.
Welcome to our Philly favorites, where Troy's gonna put an awesome audio visual right here.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Philly favorites.
Maybe.
Favorites.
Okay. You're getting a little. At first, I was like, okay.
Favorites. Anyways, Erik, where is your favorite place to get a beverage, whether it be alcoholic, caffeinated, still water, juice, or anything? A smoothie, milk.
Go off.
What's your favorite milk?
Go off,
man. You like milk?
I'm not a big milk boy. I'm not
milk
I mean,
boy.
I will say milk boy. I've
Milk
been there, and
boy.
it's okay, but I'm not a big milk boy. For me, I'm in West Philly, so if you want a good beer, go to Carbon Copy.
Carbon Copy.
Carbon is really good.
Good ass brewery.
Opening up with Mama's Kitchen sometime soon in Center City. And then I would say, if you want like good juice drinks or anything like that, just hit up an Indian place. Get the mango juice.
Get the mango lassi.
Get the mango lassi. Carbon Copy.
Okay.
Beers, best beers I've ever had, from brewers who used to be at Tired Hands, who do a great job.
I love Tired Hands.
They also
they had an amazing series of milkshake IPAs that I was like, yo.
They were good. The milkshake IPAs kind of dropped off from now, and they split. There was a lot of drama with Tired Hands. So Carbon Copy is the new guys.
Okay.
Carbon Copy is the new guys who are the good guys.
Right. What about like a bite to eat? What would be your favorite place to?
Especially to take your lady out on a nice date. Where's your favorite little bite to eat?
I went to Morimoto. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be like, we got the chef tasting menu.
Fuck yeah! I've wanted to do that
on your story
so
where
bad.
I was just like,
what is that
bougie?
Yeah.
That's such a treat yourself experience, Morimoto. I love sushi.
Morimoto, it's like you get the tasting menu. It's amazing. He actually has like a show. I think it's on like Tubi.
Is it like an omakase? Like chef menu? Okay.
Omakase.
Yeah.
They cook like. They do the little whole flame in front of you.
So like worth the experience, like the pay for the ticket.
Oh, dude, everything. Like it was like a $400 meal.
Was it worth it?
As you should.
It was so worth it. It was literally the best. Like I felt
would do that.
bad
I would do that.
I came home with food and that was only because Jen couldn't finish it, because I was eating up every little bit, and it was melt in your mouth, delectable, amazing. That's
I love a good like
when you take a
otoro, like a good fatty tuna, like a good
go to Morimoto.
Nice little cut.
If anything, I wish I could take everyone to Morimoto in the world.
I wish I had all the money in the world to take all my friends to Morimoto.
Yeah, Erik, I didn't tell you, but after this, you're taking us there.
I thought you knew.
For my wedding?
For
and
your
you're paying
wedding.
for it?
No, for your wedding, you're taking us. You're paying for us.
Oh, really? Like the whole 30,000 thing wasn't enough?
Nope.
All right, one last one.
Wait.
One punchy boy. Oh yeah, you go.
I'll give one more actually reasonable one.
Okay, a reasonable date.
A
casual date.
A casual eat spot.
Casual in West Philly. Yeah. Hayashi Sushi has.
Oh, I love that spot.
The best sushi that's like below Morimoto, but also like
affordable.
Above
other spots.
like fucking ShopRite or something.
Giant.
No, I'm not gonna like. They're actually they're like literally step below from Morimoto because Morimoto was just insane.
My favorite sushi spot is Vic Sushi in Rittenhouse.
Nice.
They have just
Pretty
a
good.
sushi bar and like one table.
But Vic's is actually ooh.
But you don't want to catch yourself at that table. You just sit at the bar and I like to order one roll or 2 nigiri at a time and just order as I go. I don't like to get a bunch of food as I go because like they make it right in front of you. You just eat it and you're like, I want more. And then your bill is like $75, but it's fine.
A step below Okay.
It's less than Morimoto, but it's still really fresh and delicious.
Yeah.
If we're doing a tier list, Hayashi Sushi, and then Double Knot. And Double Knot has
Really?
a
Double
chef.
Knot?
Really?
They have a chef tasting menu that's like
Double Knot's right by my
$89
job.
each.
Okay, let's
like
go.
not even. Like I think
Really?
That's not
I think
bad.
it's like around 80. Whereas like Morimoto's is like 100
200.
or like it was like 125
Yeah,
each.
but plus you have to get the drinking menu that comes along with it, which is like
well, you don't have to.
you should
but we didn't.
with like drinks per entree per meal.
But yeah, with Double Knot, Double Knot is basically the Morimoto experience, but like reasonable to where that would be like a birthday.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a birthday splurge.
Big celebration.
You know, wedding splurge, that's Morimoto. That's like
Morimoto.
You know what? You know, we're about to get married, we're about to do something. That's why I went Morimoto.
Well, why didn't you take me being in your wedding party?
Yeah, I don't know.
Caught you on 4K being a jerk.
Alright, so our last question to wrap
I didn't
things
think
up.
you could afford it.
I can't even afford decorations.
Hey, I think
You only
that
have
the
3
place
suits for my wedding?
The place is pretty decorated, all right, guys? Let's not.
I will say, like, the candles in the middle, though, kind of looked like the...
I do like
Oh
the
my God, I
candles.
can't.
It's a nice touch.
No.
Yeah.
You have a nice
I'm
shoe
sorry, I know.
collection, a good
Wait, we aren't
collection.
going on Troy again. Just shut it down.
guys. We'll go.
Shut it down.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Enough about me.
Okay, last question.
I'm just the producer here.
Anyway, Erik,
So-
okay, I'd like to preface that with this question. Philly is very strange. There's a lot of things that are like quirky and memorable that are like this wouldn't happen in any other city. Like one thing that I would like to say with if someone were to ask me this question, like, oh, what's the most Philly thing? I'm gonna phrase it a little differently with you, but like for me, like my Philly experience is like seeing all the chicken bones everywhere. A West Philly tumbleweed is a hair weave that rolls in the wind.
Oh, I believe that.
Yep,
I've seen those.
Exactly.
I mean,
So-
the eyelashes in the front doorway before you get to the apartments is like the cherry on top.
So
we had that a lot at our.
what would you say?
I would like follow a hair weave home, and then Jen and I would open up the foyer or whatever.
The foyer.
Foyer, whatever. It's literally just the entrance to a row house. Like barely lock even works.
Yeah,
So what would you
And
say
there's
is your
eyelashes on the ground. and then that's when it's like almost like somebody guided me home.
yeah, because
I'm like, somebody else had a worse night than
of the
me,
Philly
and we're all going to the
tumbleweeds.
same place.
what would you say is your funniest Philly experience that is unique and special to Philly that you probably wouldn't experience anywhere else?
I went to the Italian, the Italian festival?
Oh, I know exactly what
Or
you're
like
talking
in the
about.
summer?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
The greased pole.
Yes, the grease pole. Yes. So
Where else in the world would you have a greased pole competition than Philadelphia?
I don't know. Google it.
No, dude, I saw your stories on that. That shit was just nuts. People
Yeah.
were just climbing like 12 feet in the air. So it's like
On
a
a-
competition for you to like
Yeah.
they
It was
grease up a
insane.
pole, and whoever climbed to the top, what do they get?
So what happened was, okay, it was during the Italian Market Fest,
Yeah.
just all along the Italian market. This is Jen is off traveling. Like this is just this past summer. She was traveling. So I just go by myself And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to check it out and everything. I don't know exactly, like, it's near De Bruno Bros, where, like, there's this random, really big
I know exactly where that is.
hole
Yep.
in that parking lot area. And what they do is they put a bunch of
They have that whole
lard.
backyard.
Yeah, they put a bunch of lard on it. Or, like, grease. That's literally, like...
Crisco?
Like, Crisco, literally. And the thing about it was, when I went there, it was like 100 degrees. It was like 100 degrees. It's a black pole. You got literal oil, lard all over it. Like, it's obviously hot as shit. And they would have teams.
I didn't even think about the temperature.
Well, the prizes up top were melting, because the prizes up top were some prosciutto, which was like, you know, the dried meats. They had a bunch of really nice...
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Entire legs of prosciutto, or prosciutto. And then they also had cheeses that were up there.
Melting.
And so they, like, by the end of the day, I have pictures. I can send receipts. I'll tell Troy. I can, like, we can add in all these little pictures and everything. But there was literally, by the end of the day, there was only one team that made it. And it was...
That made it to the cheese and the prosciutto?
It was Pace Roofing. I'll never forget. They gave me a free shirt because I was walking around, you know, afterwards. So what happens is I thought it was just one person climbing the pole. It's actually a big group of, like, it's just a bunch of ripped dudes, ripped Italians, basically, half the time. But you form a circle around it, and then you, like, slowly deposit people up there, and then they create another circle, and then you get a person up there, and, you know, they just keep climbing towards the goal, basically. And
it's
then
horrendous and also incredibly entertaining.
And so,
but just now knowing the added factor that the pole was hot, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like it was probably really hot. Like, a lot of them were red and burnt by the time they got out of it and everything. But they got the prosciutto. Nobody else wanted anything else, so everything melted into the, like, ground. And then I was walking around past
throwing up
all the vendors and everything. And I saw the Pace flooring or roofing, and I was like, wait, I gotta hit these guys up and, like, ask them, like, how do you train for this? Like, is there just, like, a pole that you guys, like, go up, and, like, how does this work?
Yeah, how do you know?
So I asked him, and this is where the most Philly experience comes in.
Yeah.
Was the answer. And he said, a whole lot of cannolis.
A whole lot of cannolis,
said, I was like,
baby.
how do you prep for this? Like, do you go to, like, a Walmart parking lot, you grease it up, like, climb up it? And he was just like, no, it's
just a whole lot of cannolis.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah.
Holy cannoli.
Then he gave me a free shirt, and I was on my way, and I stumbled home.
Damn.
And then I kind of got back, and I had an existential crisis. I'm like, man, if these guys are climbing poles, what am I doing with my life? You know?
And now we have a third kind of crisis, and with that, I don't know if there's much else to say, but I'd like
those
to
guys
wrap
haven't
up.
figured it out. They figured it out.
So let me just say, we started out.
What am I missing?
We started out with a quarter life crisis and a midlife crisis.
We discussed the midlife crisis.
And I think we're kind of ending it
with
on
an existential crisis because of the greased poles in the Italian market.
Let's just all understand that maybe we do a little bit of existential crisis every day.
A little bit of every day.
But if you don't have a little bit of that, then you don't grow. And that's the
grow.
lesson.
Good point. Yeah.
Right?
That
You
is a
learn
good
from
point.
those opportunities. You make a mistake, it's an opportunity to do better. You have a midlife crisis, quarter life crisis, existential crisis. You learn something from that.
A little bit every day.
Then you're just like,
Damn.
you know what? I can do what I can do.
So much deeper than I thought that it would
we
be.
could pod all day, I feel like.
Yeah.
Honestly, really? You're not even wearing your headphones anymore.
Yeah. I took them off like an hour ago.
Hours? But yeah, this was such a great show, guys. Thank you for coming on the pod, Erik.
Yeah, anytime.
Hell yeah.
Invite me over to more, even with more people.
Yeah, that would be dope.
We can get deep.
Get deep.
Get deep.
There are a couple of characters that I'd like to reintroduce, like my best friend Rashida and my roommate Bridget, because they like to be on. They like to hear their own voices, and like because they're close to me and Troy, and you're close to Troy, I feel like it wouldn't be boring to reintroduce guests like that.
I feel like that'd be like a reunion tour of like a Real Housewives thing. Like we just have all these recurring characters, and we gotta pick up some subjects.
I am a real South Philly piece of shit, so
we should just talk controversial topics where all you guys just argue.
Yes.
Maybe a fist fight every now and then.
Yeah.
Keep it interesting.
Just you guys like beat the living shit out of each other.
You're fucking garbage. How dare you?
Oh god. We find out who makes the better tamales or tortillas. Oh wait, it's me because I did that at your barbecue in your backyard, Troy.
You did do that one.
Oh wait, psych.
Yeah.
What about Erik coming in to cook bacon wrapped filet mignon with the gorgonzola mushroom sauce?
Yo,
was
what
good.
the absolute gnarly
What
fuck?
about what about
that was
prosciutto wrapped asparagus with parmesan on it?
I would absolutely tear that apart. Actually, prosciutto wrapped
Actually.
artichokes, artichoke or asparagus? Asparagus with parmesan.
Yeah. At least actually, we'll probably put this on the show, but we should have Erik in our cooking competition.
We should.
Oh, dude.
Honestly, we should just have a
Yes.
cook-off for fun. We don't have to film it, but like we can film it.
I think we should film a little bit of it.
I think we should do both.
Anyway, we can have the cameras right
Anyways,
here.
I have the
love you
DLC,
guys and
yeah.
all, but we just
Wait.
want to hang out now.
I just coughed
Yeah.
the coffeeest cough ever.
Yeah, we just want to hang out
I
now.
smoked so much weed.
I'm gonna do my closing again, just so you can use it in case you want to do
Yeah,
it.
man.
Nah, bro, we got it already. I'll
Okay.
edit it. I'll
Alright.
put some drums on it.
Eric,
or
you're the
some
best
shit.
Eric that's ever Ericked.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Erik
much.
with a K.
With a K, not a
That's
C.
right.
Yeah.
The other Erics can't compare.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Compare with a K.
Compare
Spell
with
it
a
out like that.
Compare.
Oh
Stop it.
God! Don't
Compare.
don't use the other two letters.
What do you mean?
Like
Pair.
come and go.
Come and go.
Wait, like the grocery store?
Yes.
Yeah, like right. I mean like come and go. Like KUM and go.
It is kind of crazy how the stores. No. Sign this off. Let's get this. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. We could just keep going.
Thank
yeah.
you all for tuning in. We're just gonna hang out now. So
We're gonna probably get some pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like pizza.
See ya. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll chill.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Peace.